Everybody, Chris Curtis here with Rockwall ISD Athletics. It is, of course, game day for the Rockwall-Heath Hawks as they are back in the postseason after a one-year hiatus. And I'm here with the leader of your Heath Hawks, Coach Mickey Moss. And Mickey, first of all, congratulations on making the postseason. And let's kind of rewind just a little bit. Let's go back to last Friday, maybe a game that, excuse me, that a lot of people didn't think was going to be competitive, but Rockwall-Heath really brought it that game. It was a 3-point loss. But what'd you tell your guys after that game? They wanted to win that game, obviously, but what'd you tell them? Obviously, already a playoff spot was already wrapped up. What was said after the game?
First, that they believed that they'd win that ball game, and that's the thing that you've always got to have, that confidence and that faith that you can win any game you go into. And so they battled that game. Got a lead, and when we lost the lead, we didn't get down. We came back and battled again and fought all the way to the end. And that's what I really loved about our kids on Friday night was just from start to finish battling and putting themselves in position to win that ball game, even though we didn't. Just miss it at the end, but great effort by the kids.
Of course, a new season does start. You can kind of re-rack and get things together. Your opponent is going to be Lufkin. Obviously, the last 2 years you were in the playoffs, it was a Newman-Smith team, and maybe a little less firepower than what Lufkin's going to bring to the table. But looking at Lufkin, they've only lost 2 games this year. Of course, one to Longview, and of course, one to the Woodlands, who Rockwall will play on Saturday. So what do you see in Lufkin, and what do you see about this matchup that could favor the Rockwall-Heath Hawks?
Very similar to some teams we've played this year with their offense. They're pretty simple as far as 10 personnel, 2x2, 3x1 formations, but they execute very, very well. I would say they're a lot like John Tyler athletically. Defensively, they run. Their secondary is outstanding. Their defensive line is strong. Maybe their linebackers is the weaker part of their defense. Offensively, offensive line is very strong. Their quarterback and running back are very similar to John Tyler. Back is really got some jets. Probably the fastest player on their team. They've got a receiver committed to University of Houston. Makes a lot of plays for him. So I see our chances very good in this ball game. I think for us, we're just going to have to execute, not have turnovers. That's the one thing that in the last couple of ball games that has hit us pretty good is turning over the ball. But I think defensively, defending the seam routes, the long balls, making them work for everything they get. Offensively, just protecting the football, not turning the ball over. I think with those two things happen, we'll have a great game and win.
What's the mood like of this football team? Obviously, not the way you want to end the season, but you guys have already had a playoff spot wrapped up several weeks ago. So what's the mood like of the team like right now as you go into a hostile environment here in Lufkin?
I think it's just a belief. They know we're in a very difficult district. They know that our district is one of the toughest in the state of Texas. Mesquite Horn was an incredible football team. Longview may be really the best team in our district. It's just they had some turnovers that plagued them when they played in Hanby. But between those two teams, those are two of the best in Texas. And the Horn game, playing at home, us having the ability to win that ball game and be in that position, the kids know that any ball game that we're in, we're good enough to win. I think in their mindset right now, their belief and their faith and confidence in their abilities and what we're doing, they know we can go to Lufkin and beat Lufkin and get that first round ball game, which may be the most difficult one we will face for the next couple of rounds. If we can get this one in, and then get back home and get to play at home, I think there's going to be some great opportunities for us.
Absolutely. There's 128 teams left in District 6A. Of course, Rockwall-Heath is one of those 128 looking to make it into the second round for the third year in the last 4 years. That's a pretty good accomplishment, I think.
Not bad.
Not bad. All right, if you can't make it to the game, of course, it's rockwallisd.com to check out Steve Deere and Stan Britton as they call the game for it. We'll see you tonight in Lufkin as Rockwall-Heath takes on Lufkin at 7:30. See you there, everybody.